perspective, but there is one stock which has been buzzing. Stanchart Private Equity will invest around 500 crores in the power transmission infra business of Sterlite Technologies. Anand Agarwal, the director and CEO of the company, now joins in to talk about that as well as a whole host of orders that the company has been winning. Mr. Agarwal, hi, thank you very much for joining in. First, can you just take us through Stanchart investing or the private equity arm investing 500 crores in your power transmission infra business? What does this mean for the company, and how much stake will they be picking up, and what was the rationale behind it?
These are the power transmission projects that we have taken in the company, and we have been adding these projects over the last 3 years or so. The company now has projects, 6 projects across the country, across 10 states or so. And we've already invested, Sterlite Technologies has invested close to about 1,100 crores in form of equity. Seeing both the performance that we've done over the last 3 years and the potential that we have over the next several years, we are very pleased that Standard Chartered Private Equity has seen the potential and is coming along with us as a partner. In terms of equity share, this is the investment is in form of a convertible instrument, so they are coming in, putting in 500 crores at a premium to our equity, and the exact valuation and the dilution will happen whenever these equity investments convert, which typically will be at the end of 5 years.
Okay, but any idea about what would be the premium at which they're looking to enter? What could be the rough dilution that would entail for this company?
It's a minority investment, and it is at a premium. The valuation will depend, as I said, will happen at the end of 5 years when both investors have put in the money, and we'll get the entire portfolio valued. But essentially, right now it's a minority valuation. Sterlite has put in about 1,100 crores. Stancy is going to put in 500 crores, and we'll take from there.
Okay, so would this then complete your funding needs, at least for Sterlite Power Grid Ventures Limited, the subsidiary which is required, which is getting the funding?
Yeah, to a substantial level, it will take care of it, our equity requirements over the next 12 to 15 months. There would be some more equity requirements for the recent project which we have won in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, the NRSS project. So, but that requirement will start happening in FY16 and FY17.
Okay.
And that towards the end part of it.
Tell us a little more about this recent order that you'll have won. It's a very large size order. Will all the revenue accrue only from FY16? What would it take your total order book to? And perhaps what the margins will be on this order?
So the recent order, I think that you're referring to, is the order that we won for the optical fiber cable business from BSNL, making the network for spectrum for the defense services. The total order value is 2,000 crores for execution and about 500 crores for AMC, which goes on for another 7 years. The accrual of this revenue will start happening in partly in FY15, mostly in FY16, and tail end FY17. In terms of the total order book, we currently are at about 5,000 crores if we add the 500 crores of AMC or so. In terms of margins, this order is at similar margins as we do our telecom business, which telecom business EBITDA is about 17-18%, and the orders are at largely similar margin levels.
You said you required some amount of equity for the execution of this order in particular. Can you just take us through how much equity would you require, and what would be the options of raising it, and by when?
The equity that I was referring to, see, we have taken 2 projects in Jammu and Kashmir. One project that we are executing on behalf of the Ministry of Defense, which is a telecom project. And the equity I was referring to is for the power project which we have taken, which is build, own, operate, maintain project. This would be required, as I said, towards the end of FY16 and maybe partly in FY17. So currently from an equity perspective, we are well funded, and there should not be any requirement, at least for the next 15 to 18 months.
Okay. Can you you told us that the BSNL order, which is worth 2,500 crore, part will be executed in 15, a majority in FY16, and again a little bit the tail part of it in 17. Can you break up how much will come through in 15 and 16? 20% first up, and then perhaps 60%.
Yeah, see, the order is about 2,000 crores. In H2, we think we should be doing close to 20, so it will be a 20, 60, 20 sort of a breakup that we will do in 15, 16, and 17. For the 2,000 crores, the balance 500 crores of AMC will kick in only after the order has been executed.
What more orders are you all bidding for? What is the pipeline of orders looking like for the company?
Currently, these have been the main orders. We had one in the month of March, the fiber broadband rollout throughout the country in the villages, the national optical fiber network. We took another order for the power business for executing in the state of J&K, and we got the Jammu and Kashmir optical fiber. So these have been the bulk orders, and we have our hands full right now. So the clear focus is right now in terms of execution. On the power conductors business, we currently have an order shortfall, and we believe that business from the H2 of current year will be bidding in for several power grid tenders, which have been slow for the last 1.5 years. So our focus in terms of order booking will move to the power conductors business and Power Grid Corporation in particular in H2 of this year.
Anand, for the parent company, that's Sterlite Technology, any fund requirements in FY15 either via equity or debt?
Currently, we are pretty well structured. So this was a deal under focus for us. Now that this is executed, as I said, we are well funded. So nothing in particular for Sterlite Technologies in the near future.
Okay, so just leave us with some guidance, because if I'm looking at your P&L, you did do a loss of around 35 crores in the last, on a consolidated basis in FY14. Do you think that you'd be significantly in the black because of the order intake and execution that you're seeing in this year?
Sure. The loss that you're referring to is essentially happening because of the interest on the infrastructure investments, which have not started generating revenues. So we will start seeing a good amount of revenues coming from the infrastructure investment in the current year. And those losses definitely will not be there in the current year.
And what would your revenue look like? Would it be significantly higher than the 2,563 crores that you did?
The revenue should be better. We have a policy of not giving out guidance, but across the telecom business, we should be generating about 25 to 30% growth. As I said, on the power conductors business, we continue to face short-term challenges. And that should pan out better in the H2 of the current year.
Okay, Anand, we'll leave it at that. And many congratulations on this order funding. And by the way, while there have been a lot of foreign investments in the power generation sector, this is the first time that we have a foreign investment in India's power transmission sector. So in that way as well, it's quite important.